Welcome to Trade Buzz. I'm Martin, I'm here with Jamie. Today we're talking about anti-boycott, anti-bribery, and anti-corruption compliance. So Jamie, what do all those regulations cover?
So there's a lot baked into those. I mean, there's three of them there, right? Boycott, bribery, and corruption. The bribery and the corruption are a little bit easier to kind of follow through in that this is really trying to control and make sure that things are being done ethically and morally as business is being transacted globally. So there is opportunities, especially in foreign governments. There's a lot more bribery and corruption that exists. That there's little payments that are made to help facilitate a deal. Those type of things that occur. That the U.S. government really does have very robust laws, and not just the U.S. but the EU and other countries around the world want to control any of those situations. So they've established laws to make sure that we are compliant and doing things correctly. Boycott's a little bit interesting. We have spoken earlier about sanctions, and so we have sanctions against countries that we don't want to do business with for a variety of reasons because of geopolitical reasons. But also the U.S. government has some laws to control boycotts of other countries that they disagree with. One of the primary examples is Israel. So there seems to be a lot of boycotts against Israel amongst some of the other Middle Eastern countries. And so because of that, you have to be very careful in those transactions to make sure that you're not running afoul of those anti-boycott laws by agreeing to terms and conditions for that boycott.
Okay, so those seem pretty important. Why are there areas that are often overlooked in it then?
I think it is important, but I think the main issue is that not everybody always knows about it. A lot of this, the finance guys, because they work in the banking industry, they're aware of these type of things and they've got that covered. But if you're dealing with someone in the sales organization that's just handing something over to operations and saying, ship this out, they may not look at the detailed contract and realize that it says, make sure you don't ship this on an Israeli flagged ship, for instance. That can be a violation of boycott or anti-boycott laws. Wow. And so making sure that everyone in the organization is aware of those requirements is, I think, probably the biggest deal.
So what should companies be doing to manage that type of risk? Training
is one of the key things, is making sure that you have good overall policies and procedures around it, and then that you've trained all of the parties that would be involved in those transactions to know what to look for. There are certain terms that are allowable, and there are certain terms that are not. And everyone needs to know those so that they can, escalate at the right time if necessary. That's going to be the best way to shore yourself up, is just knowledge. Knowledge is power.
That is great information. Thank you, Jamie. And thank you for joining us for another episode of Trade Buzz.
Thank you, and stay vigilant.